Hello, Matthew Sweigart here. Happy to connect again on this forum. I have been away from these short little videos for a while, but this one just really rang a sense of truth to me and it needed to be expressed. And it's basically conveying what is the name for it? A method or a system or an understanding that was first articulated by Ron Kurtz in the Hakomi method, and it's called the sensitivity cycle. Now, of course, sensitivity cycles of things happen in this world, right? And we're looking today at the sensitivity cycle in particular as it relates to human behaviors. And so there are four stages in the cycle, just like four quadrants in the seasons of the year or four quadrants in the cross, right? There's lots of different systems of four. And we're looking at this sensitivity cycle from the point of view of these four processes. So one is taking effective action. When you take effective action, you get nourished and you find satisfaction. When you have satisfaction, you can rest, really fully rest. And in that deep restfulness, you can come to insight. You can gain insight into what the next best effective action will be. Take effective action, and you will nourish yourself. Being nourished, you will feel satisfied. Being satisfied, you will be able to rest and integrate. And in the integration and the rest, new insight will arise, spurring you on toward more effective action. And round and round and round it goes. Now, the truth is that many of us, we don't really fully experience this cycle, especially if we're highly sensitive. We may end up having a blockage at any one of the stages. And these are referred to in the Hakomi system as barriers. So there's a nourishment barrier. That was the first time I learned of this sensitivity cycle, was to learn about nourishment barriers. And in my private practice, I've seen a lot of people resistant to receiving nourishment. Do you allow yourself to be fully nourished, and do you fully trust yourself to be gravitating toward that which will nourish you? So trust and nourishment go together. And if we have a barrier to that, it's going to throw off the whole cycle. Because if you don't get nourished, you'll never feel satisfied. And if you never feel satisfied, you'll never rest. And then you end up with a satisfaction barrier and a rest barrier, an integration barrier. I can't integrate. I don't have time to integrate. I've got to step and fetch it. I've got to keep going. And if you don't let yourself rest and integrate, how is the quality of your insight going to be affected? Probably your insights will be a little bit forced, or the choices you make won't be really rooted in true insight, but maybe somebody else's insight or something you read in the morning papers, or as you went scrolling through the feed and you got an insight, but it was somebody else's insight because you weren't restful enough to allow your own insight to emerge and arise. And maybe that was trained into you culturally. You're not allowed to have insight. Who do you think you are? What do you think you have to say? We don't need to listen to you. So the insight barrier is very common, as well as the effective action barrier. And so we may find a lot of procrastination problems, right? I'm going to block myself from taking any action at all. And that's a trauma response. We get trained into this. It's kind of learned helplessness. I can't do anything about it, so I won't do anything. Yeah, so that's an action barrier or an effective action barrier. So Any one of these stages in the sensitivity cycle can be a place where we get blocked and we don't allow the cycle to naturally complete itself. And you could think of something simple like a good meal. You prepare a good meal, you eat the meal, you're satisfied, then you relax. But if you're always just a little bit hungry or never quite satisfied and never quite letting yourself rest fully, there's something up. There's something off in your sensitivity cycle. So pay attention to that. I hope this is helpful to you. I love it. I thought it was like brilliant to come across this. And so, one place to start is allow yourself to be nourished, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to have insights, and allow yourself to take effective action. These are the allowances, if you will. You're allowed. Give yourself permission. It's okay. Okay. That's it for me today. Matthew Sweigart signing off. If you're interested in my work, please subscribe to my channel. It looks like I got a little bit of dirt on my nose. Okay. I think I got it. Anyway, subscribe to my channel or subscribe to my Qigong classes I do weekly. Um, please contact me. Leave a comment after this video if it landed for you in any place that you're working with right now. Where are your barriers? Where is your blockage to moving forward? Where did you get thrown out of the cycle? Yeah, and can we rebalance that cycle so that we continue in a good way? All right, till next time. Ciao.